My dear Gemini, your tomorrow is filled with the luminous energy of the Six of Wands, a card that speaks of victories, recognition, and achievements that do not come freely, but as a direct result of all the effort you have been dedicating lately. It is as if the universe is opening the curtains for you to be applauded for something you have done, for who you are, or for the courage you showed in not giving up even when everything seemed heavy. This energy brings a taste of overcoming, that moment when you realize that your efforts were not in vain. The Six of Wands places you in the spotlight, but not arrogantly. It simply shows the world that your truth, dedication, and talent deserve to be seen. The color of your tomorrow is gold, radiating brightness and magnetism, bringing clarity to your choices. The scent connected with you is rosemary, which awakens the mind and courage. The lucky numbers that resonate with your journey are 3, 12, 21, 29, and 33. And within this energy of recognition, the signs that will be most aligned with you are Leo and Sagittarius, because they share this flame of courage and enthusiasm that resonates so strongly in the Six of Wands. The sign that may bring some challenges is Virgo, not because it is an enemy, but because it may want to impose rules or excessive demands on a day that calls for more lightness and celebration. No, love. If you are in a relationship, the presence of the King of Cups together with the High Priestess reveals a day of balance between emotion and wisdom. The King shows that there is deep love, maturity, and a sincere desire to build something solid. However, the High Priestess brings the reminder that not everything needs to be said or explained. There are silences that also sustain a relationship. You may feel a more intuitive connection with your loved one, as if words are not necessary to understand what the other feels. Tomorrow, perhaps you will look into each other's eyes and realize that true love goes far beyond declarations. It is shown in gestures, patience, and respect. It is a good day to allow love to express itself in calmness and confidence. For married couples, the Hermit along with the Three of Wands suggests a time of introspection and reflection within the relationship. The Hermit shows the need to look inward, to seek answers without getting lost in superficial discussions. The Three of Wands points to future plans such as trips, changes, or even bigger decisions involving the couple. Tomorrow you may feel the weight of responsibilities, but also the hope of building something together. It is a day to understand that silence and calm can bring clarity for new horizons to open. If you are single, the Nine of Swords along with the Three of Cups shows that the heart may be carrying pain or insecurities from past experiences, but at the same time there is an energy of celebration and openness to encounters. The Nine brings the weight of worries, perhaps a fear of rejection or not finding someone who truly aligns with your dreams. But the Three of Cups softens this weight, showing that tomorrow may bring an opportunity for fun and socialization that warms your heart. It could be an unexpected invitation, a night out with friends, or even a light message that brings smiles. It is a reminder that even amidst anxieties, life continues to offer you chances to start anew. For those who live in love triangles, the Six of Pentacles together with the Hanged Man brings a delicate situation. The Six of Pentacles shows exchanges that are not always balanced. There may be a feeling of giving more than receiving, or waiting for something that has not yet arrived. The Hanged Man asks for patience, but also requires you to evaluate whether you are not stuck in something that paralyzes you. Tomorrow could be a day when you realize that despite the intensity of the feeling, it might be necessary to step back a little to see the situation from outside and decide what is truly worth it. If you are separated, quarrelsome, or distant from someone, the Judgment along with the Nine of Wands indicates the possibility of a re-evaluation of the lived story. The Judgment opens space for conversations that bring hidden truths, regrets, or even a desire to restart. But the Nine of Wands shows that resistance is still strong. There are accumulated hurts, and both may be afraid of repeating past mistakes. Tomorrow may bring messages or signals, but the energy calls for caution. Not everything that returns is ready to bloom again. At work, for those who are employed, the Two of Cups along with the Ten of Wands speaks about partnerships that can bring growth but also heavy responsibilities. The Two shows that you may receive support or close important agreements, while the Ten reveals the burden of so many obligations that can tire you. Tomorrow may be a day when you feel proud of what you have achieved, but also realize that you need to share responsibilities or find ways to balance the weight. It is an energy that calls for cooperation, but also wisdom to avoid overburdening oneself. For the unemployed, the Empress along with the Ten of Pentacles is an extremely positive combination. The Empress brings fertility, creativity, and openness of pathways, while the Ten indicates stability and material achievements. Tomorrow may present a concrete opportunity, whether an interview, a proposal, or even a contact that opens doors to something solid. This is an energy that shows your efforts can be rewarded and that a prosperous future lies ahead. In health, the Wheel of Fortune along with the Five of Swords calls for attention. The wheel shows unexpected changes, and the five warns of internal conflicts or even small oversights that can have consequences. Tomorrow may be a day when you need to be attentive to signals from your body, avoiding overloads or stressful situations that can affect your well-being. The key is not to ignore details, as prevention will be your greatest ally. In finance, the Five of Wands with the Ace of Cups indicates disputes, competitiveness, or even unforeseen events that may arise regarding money. The Five brings a certain tension, as if it were necessary to fight for space or recognition. But the Ace of Cups softens this energy, showing that there are also opportunities for gains through something that sparks pleasure and emotion in you. Tomorrow could be a day of challenges, but also of new ideas that, if well utilized, bring prosperity. In family and close relationships, justice along with strength call for balance and patience. Justice shows that there may be a need to resolve practical issues, perhaps related to agreements, responsibilities, or even internal disputes. Strength, on the other hand, calls for calm, empathy, and wisdom in dealing with loved ones. Tomorrow will be a day when your firmness will be tested, but the softness of your heart can prevent unnecessary arguments. In friendships, the Nine of Pentacles combined with the Six of Swords show achievements and lessons. The Nine brings a feeling of pleasure and satisfaction alongside people who value you, while the Six suggests movements. It may be that a long-distance friendship returns in some way, or that you need to temporarily distance yourself to reflect on the value of these relationships. It is a day when the truth about who is truly by your side is revealed. In social life, Death along with the Queen of Wands reveals significant transformations. Death indicates endings, while the Queen shows power, magnetism, and self-confidence. Tomorrow may be a day when you realize that certain social cycles need to end so that new ones can begin. There may be the end of a group, a habit, or even distancing from environments that no longer resonate with your energy. But all of this opens space for you to shine even more, with authenticity and courage. And finally, as advice, the Magician asks you to trust in your creative power. You have the tools, ideas, and energy to transform any situation, but you need to believe in yourself. Tomorrow, Gemini, will be a day of victory, but also of conscious choices. Use your gift of communication and intelligence to open paths and position yourself. Your day tomorrow, Gemini, promises to be one of recognition, but also of tests that show the strength of your heart. The Six of Wands lights up your journey with victories, and each card reinforces that you are ready to experience something intense, revealing, and deeply transformative.